Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for the weekly update of February 26th through March 4th, 2018.
Okay, let's look at what I sold. I sold 10 things. First thing was these dishes. I actually have 2 sets of dinner plate dishes. It's Mikasa, which is a good brand to look for. It's nice. They give you the name of the pattern right on their Skidmore. I've had these quite a while, but they sold full price, $59.99, and she paid shipping, so $75.59 is what I collected. Cost of goods, it was about 50 cents. I bought a whole lot of things, and I divvied it up into about 10 different packets of dishes. I heard people have success selling individually or in lots. I've done one set of dishes individually, and I've sold almost none of those, and this is the first thing I think I've sold out of this pattern. And when you hear how long I've had it, I don't buy dishes anymore. Let's just give you that clue. So the costs, which include the eBay, PayPal fees, as well as shipping costs, totaled $31.78 for a net of $43.31, and it took 29 months to sell, so 2 years plus a little bit. Another vintage 8mm home movie. This one was of Tijuana, Mexicali, which is actually before on the border. It's a border town. And then there were some air races, San Ysidro, Arizona. Anyway, sold for $19.99. They paid shipping, so I collected $23.33. It cost about 50 cents because I got a box lot of old movies. $5.76 for shipping, PayPal, and eBay fees for a total profit of $17.07, and it took 2 weeks to sell. Here is a Talbot's blazer. I think I showed this in the haul, actually, so this went pretty quick. Royal blue linen, $18.59. I collected $23.53. It cost me $1 because it came out of the consignment store bag. $8.07 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $14.46, and it took 2 weeks to sell. Antique tin, I picked this up at an estate sale. It's actually missing in this center part right here. It's supposed to have a sliding door. This was used for spices. Kind of a cool little box, but it wasn't complete, and it was definitely scratched up, and I said that. It sold for $23.24. I had stuff on sale for 7% off. $33.53, they paid shipping, so that's what I collected. I spent $6 for this at an estate sale. Probably wasn't a super smart buy. I thought it was cooler than, yeah, I let my emotions get in the way. Anyway, $14.32 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $13.21, and it took 4 months to sell. If they're in better shape, they get more money. This is a Def Leppard shirt. This, Pyromania, it's by The Rocks, which is a modern label. I thought this was a vintage thing, but it's not. So anyway, it's one of those things that dropped off when I did my inventory, and it was just sitting on my desk to be relisted, and it had sat there for like a month. So I just wanted to get it up and get it out of here. So I charged $9.99, and it sold almost immediately. I collected $13.65. Cost me 50 cents at a garage sale, $5.60 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $7.55, and it took 4 hours to sell. So that is your fast nickel. EP Pro golf pants. These things were, I'm sorry if you're really into golf pants and having really cool looking ones, but honestly, I think these are quite, I don't know, I wouldn't have picked them up. But anyway, they sold, so I don't care. $14.99 with free shipping. I spent $1 that came in the consignment store bag. I get a lot of golf clothes through that. $5.76 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $8.23, and it took a month to sell. I anticipate selling more and more golf stuff as we get into spring. This is a Jaka Teal Holland Real Dutch Pewter pitcher. It's really cool. It was super heavy. This thing weighed over a pound, and it wasn't super big. It's 9 inches, right? So, and it had a dent, and obviously I took a close-up picture of that, but she offered me $17, best offer. I had stuff that was older. Anything that had that little warning in it that said 16 months, and this item hasn't sold, I just put 19% off on all of that stuff. And so this was part of that sold. And she offered me 17, and I've had it so long. I said yes. $24.15 is what she paid. $3.50 I paid for this at the little old lady thrift store, the senior center. $13.91 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $6.74, and it took over 2 years to sell. These are community stainless forks. This also was 20% off. There was no best offer on that. This is the close-up of the pattern, and I didn't have a close-up. I must have had more pictures that dropped off. Sometimes that just happens on eBay, because I'm sure I had a close-up of the actual name, because I always show that. Anyway, this sold for $13.76. They paid shipping. $17.59 is what I collected. I spent about $1 for this. There's a whole big bag of knives and forks and spoons, and I divvied it up. $5.76 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $10.82, and it took 2 years to sell. These are vintage Obermeyer pants. You can tell by this label. I think they were wool. Did I say that in the title? They're stretch pants. No, they're rayon. They were made in Germany. Here's the, so yeah, they were rayon and nylon. This is a very old tag. These were kind of cool and funky, and I'm surprised they didn't sell sooner, but they sold at 19% off. $40.49 is what they sold for. I collected $44.34. I spent $1 on these at a thrift store. $12.97 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $30.37, and it took 2.5 years to sell. And the last thing that sold was this Army Sweetheart pin. If they had 1 star, they had 1 child in the Army. Well, son, because that's all that was allowed in the Army in World War II. If they had 2 stars, they had 2 sons. So this I picked up at an estate sale, a whole bag of stuff came in the bag. So they paid $29.99 with free shipping. It cost me 10 cents because there was a bunch of stuff in this bag. $6.57 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $23.32, and it took 17 months to sell. Okay, so looking at the numbers, total items sold $248.03, which makes figuring out how much per item, about $24, almost $25 per item. $300.68 collected. $15.10 for cost of goods, the highest being that picture and, man, estate sales. I got to be more careful. Anyway, $110.50 in shipping and fees for a total profit of $175.08. Not quite my $200. That's okay. With Amazon merch, I sold 12 shirts, not $12. And my profits were $54.57 for the total profit of the week, $229.65.
A little below average week, but obviously this is the new normal for me on eBay. I'm trying to get more stuff listed. I worked with my daughter this weekend. She owed me some money, so she helped me take some photos. Hopefully that'll get me set up for the week. Things are starting to slow down with kids in school. A lot of times I have to leave here at 3 in the afternoon to go get everybody and drive them wherever it is that they're going. And that sports season is coming to a close, so hopefully I'll have a little more time to list, and I'm not even entirely sure that that's going to make a huge difference. So what I tried to do is list some wholesale lots on Mercari, 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 and bin pickers. If you don't watch them, I'm sure I've mentioned them a few times. They're awesome. They go to the bins. In fact, they moved their entire family based on where the bins were. Anyway, they have been very successful selling off their lots. They sell them for $99, and they sell relatively quickly. Each item in there is $3 a piece. So that's what I was shooting for, is averaging like 10 items or so at $2 to $3 a piece, and trying to sell it for 20 or 30 bucks. But what I'm finding is it's only been up, it hasn't even been up for a week. But a lot of people are saying, oh, can you take individual pictures? They only give you 4 pictures. It's meant to be this really quick thing that you throw up on your phone. I think it's a fast flip kind of place. And you sell it really cheap. And I'm not sure that there's other wholesale lots up there. and they're all selling from $2 to $3 an item. So there are good opportunities to resell stuff. Basically, I based mine on I don't sell things for less than $20 to $25 anymore. So there's no home runs in my lots, but you could easily make $10 on each item. So, you know, you spend 30, you'll make 100, it's $70 profit. You're still going to do pretty well. Your rate of return. But anyway, people are messaging me, can I have individual pictures? I can't see, and I'm trying to explain to them that they're all different sizes, and it's just basically they're all shirts, all women's shirts, or all, so they would be really fast to list once you got the pictures done. Anyway, I'll let you know how that goes. And then the other thing I wanted to touch base on, I don't really have a tip. So I guess my tip is try new things. If eBay isn't making money for you, try a new platform. So I'm trying Mercari, and I'll let you know how that little experiment goes. Not so well so far. I've put up like 8 things and nothing sold, but that's only 8 things. And I know from eBay that it takes a lot more listings usually than that, and you have to be patient. I'm getting some likes on them, so I guess that's encouraging. Maybe it'll stay at the top of the feed. Who knows? And then the other thing I want to touch really quickly on is the seller update. Everybody's all upset. There's no more restocking fees. And basically, eBay is forcing you into the new standard, which is not true, and doing free returns. You absolutely don't have to do free returns. I have tried free returns, and for clothing, that didn't work. So I just went over and looked at my seller hub, and under seller rating, I think it is, where you find out if you're top rated seller or not in your seller hub. If you keep scrolling down, it'll give you your return rate. It took me forever to remember where that was. I know I had seen it. So anyway, I looked. Business and industrial was 20%, and computers and networking were 20%. That's because I've sold 5 things, and 1 thing in each of those categories in the last year got returned. So I had a 20% return rate on that, which isn't very good. But clothing, 3.77%, so almost 4%. And I can imagine that with free returns, because several of the returns I've gotten is that they don't like it. That rate's gonna go up. So my overall percentage is 2.05 because everything else that I sell has been 0.5% return rate. So collectibles, that kind of stuff, has been 0.5%. So I guess what I'm gonna try it. I absolutely do not agree that that is the new standard in the industry. Amazon, if you don't like something, you have to pay return shipping. Zappos is the only place I can think of off the top of my head. LL Bean has said that they're not going to take returns automatically anymore. Patagonia doesn't take returns automatically. They'll take them and they'll recycle them, but they aren't going to give you any money back for it if it's trash. So I think companies thought it was a good gimmick, and they have started shying away from it. So why eBay is so late on the bandwagon, and a lot of us have already tried that trick, whatever. I'll try it. Here's how I'm going to deal with it emotionally and actually is I will go through, bulk edit, get rid of all of my free shipping. So if I charge $7.99 for something, and I think it'll be more competitive if I have free shipping, then I'll bump that up to $9.99 and offer free shipping. Now, granted, I only built $2 worth in there, but I figure if I sell it, great. And it's an easy number to work with. So I think what I'm going to do is say, okay, fine. You want to play free returns? Free returns. It's $9.99 and you pay shipping. And I think you're going to see a rise in prices on eBay. And really, I think this is geared towards the bigger companies and incentivizing them to do that. But for small sellers, I'll see if I can absorb the costs. Already, I have a 3.77% rate on clothing. I'm trying to get out of clothing. That's why I did Mercari, and it's just too competitive, and I don't have time. There's only me, so I don't have time to flip stuff that fast. And I make better profit on collectibles, and I enjoy collectibles a lot more. Clothing's kind of something to bread and butter to fill the void. So it's easy to get, but it's not necessarily my passion. some of these YouTubers that sell clothing, you can tell they love clothing. They know exactly how to describe it. I'm looking at it going, yep, it's a skirt and it's soft and there's a zipper on the side. I don't know which shape it is, if it's an A-line or a flare or any of that stuff. So I have to look it up and I have to find things on Pinterest and see how to describe it. Because I don't care. I wear, look, I got this out of the Livingston haul. I decided to keep it, and my work gave me this, and I shop at Patagonia Outlet for the rest of my clothes, or I get it at thrift stores. I honestly don't care about clothes, so it's not my passion. It probably shows up, and how little my sell-through rate on clothing is pretty horrible. So that's why I'm getting out of the clothing business. So anyway, I'm going to approach the free returns with that and get rid of all my free shipping and just try to collect the cost that way, because you have to play the game. It's eBay. It's their sandbox, and their sandbox is usually pretty fun to play in. Amazon's not so much to play in, but eBay's pretty fun. They give you a party every now and then. You get some free drinks and good food and a good concert. So I figure I'll keep playing in their sandbox. I'll play by your rules. And with that, make it your rule to organize your week and sell lots of things and list lots of things and make it the best week you can. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good week.